For as long as humans have existed, we have looked at extreme terrain of our planet not as a limitation to exploration, but as a challenge to overcome, often by building bridges. In recent years, China has emerged as the world leader in bridge technology, breaking records and confronting nature's obstacles head-on. Today we're going to explore some of the most incredible examples of these engineering marvels. The Guizhou province in southwestern China is home to some of the most stunning natural wonders that the nation has to offer. Jaw-dropping mountains, serene waterfalls, and deep gorges are abundant in the region. But these have also created such a high demand for bridges in the province that it's also home to nearly half of the world's tallest 100 bridges, among which the Pingtang Bridge takes third. Completed in 2019, this modern marvel is a steel-concrete composite cable-stayed bridge featuring 3 massive towers, the tallest of which soars to an astonishing 332 meters or 1,089 feet. That's roughly the height of a 110-story skyscraper, by the way. To minimize interference with wildlife in the valley below, the bridge's deck was constructed 190 meters or 623 some feet above the ground, seamlessly connecting the mountains on either side. With only the towers leaving a footprint in the valley, the Kong-Zhuhai River beneath remains untouched, preserving the region's natural beauty despite the bridge's impressive 2,135-meter or 7,000-foot span. While the bridge came with a hefty price tag of 1.5 billion won, that's $215 million, it was a crucial addition to the region as part of the larger Pingtang-Ludian Expressway. Upon the expressway's completion, travel time between the two counties was reduced from 2.5 hours to just 1 hour, with the bridge accounting for most of that reduction. What once took nearly an hour to cross now just takes drivers 2 minutes. Just before we continue with today's video, have you ever searched your name on Google and you're like, oh, wait, why is my address there? What are those court records? How'd you get my phone number? Well, the thing is, where do you think people get your phone number? They get your phone number from data brokers who are putting your information out there, which, I don't know, in my opinion, that's not right. And you can take back your data with today's sponsor, Incogni. Incogni sends out opt-out requests to hundreds of data brokers automatically. But that's not all. With a new unlimited plan, it adds something big. There's custom removals. So if your data is on another site that's not covered by the 250 that Incogni already cover, you can just paste it in and they'll take care of it for you. And you can do this as many times as you want, and they will work to scrub that data off of the web. No chasing down support emails or reading TOS fine prints. They do the legwork so you can have peace of mind. So, take your personal data back with Incogni. Use the code Sideprojects at incogni.com/sideprojects and get 60% off an annual plan. While most Chinese bridges were built primarily to overcome natural obstacles for vehicular travel, the Zhangjiajie glass bridge was designed as a tourist attraction. Nestled within the National Forest Park that shares its name in Henan Province, this breathtaking suspension footbridge features a glass bottom spanning its entire 430-meter or 1,411-foot length. This design offers visitors a unique view of the densely packed forest canyon below from a 6-meter wide or 20-foot glass deck suspended 300 meters or 984 feet in the air. From a distance, the bridge itself resembles a giant rope bridge, blending seamlessly into its forested surroundings. When it was completed in 2016, the Zhangjiajie glass bridge was the highest and longest glass-bottom bridge in the world, though it no longer holds these records. Despite this, it remains a popular attraction for both domestic and international tourists. At its peak, the bridge reportedly saw around 80,000 visitors per day, prompting administrators to impose a strict limit of 8,000 daily visitors. To enforce this, security measures and turnstiles were put in place, allowing only 800 people on the bridge at a time. And if walking hundreds of meters above a forest canyon on a glass deck isn't thrilling enough for you, don't worry, the bridge has more to offer. Beneath the deck, the glass bridge features a bungee jumping experience from approximately 260 meters or 850 feet above the ground, making it one of the highest in the world. China's Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area is a stunning metropolis. On either side of the bay lie some of the nation's most important cities and special administrative regions, including Hong Kong and Macau. Despite spanning 56,000 square kilometers or 21,600 square miles and housing approximately 86 million residents, the bay itself has posed a challenge to regional connectivity. For instance, although Shenzhen and Zhongshan are situated directly across the bay from each other, travelers have historically had to take either a ferry or drive around the bay, a journey that can take more than 2 hours. In an effort to bridge the gap across the bay, China began planning the Kong-Zhuhai-Macau bridge in the early 2000s, but more on that later. During the initial planning stages, the city of Shenzhen lobbied for inclusion, proposing a Y-shaped system that would connect it to its southern and southwestern neighbors. However, the project moved forward without Shenzhen's involvement. This eventually led to an entirely separate initiative years later, the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link, which connected the city to its western counterpart across the bay in 2024 and reduced travel time from 2 hours to just 30 minutes. While this video focuses on bridges, the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link is actually a 24-kilometer or 15-mile transportation system consisting of 2 bridges on either side of the bay, each connecting to an artificial island, which in turn links to an connecting undersea tunnel. The tunnel itself spans 6.8 kilometers or 4.2 miles and is equipped with a lighting and PA system to alert drivers of incidents and traffic patterns, along with security cameras that can move through the tunnel to focus directly on occurring events. The entire project cost approximately $6.7 billion, took 7 years to complete, and according to Chinese sources, set 10 world records. However, given that many of these records are as niche as the widest underwater steel shell concrete immersed tunnel and longest 2-way 8-lane immersed tube tunnel, we'll have to take their word on it and move on. However, the records held by the bridges themselves, they are absolutely noteworthy. The Ling-Ding-Yang suspension bridge, spanning 1,666 meters, or about 5,500 feet, with a central tower height of 270 meters, or 885 feet, it's the world's largest offshore suspension bridge. Its counterpart, the Zhongshan Cable Stayed Bridge, holds the title of the world's longest steel box girder cable stayed bridge with a span of 580 meters, or 1,900 feet. Its 2 towers each rise to an impressive height of 213.5 meters, or 700 feet. As is the case with much of southwestern China, the Yunnan province is home to a very rugged terrain, complete with steep slopes and karst mountains, leading to some of the most unique and beautiful mountainside bridges in the world, of which the Lvzhijiang Bridge ranks among the top. The bridge, which translates to Green Juice River in English, sits 320 meters, or about 1,000 feet, over a steep valley between 2 mountains. What sets this bridge apart from other suspension bridges is its unique single-tower design. Positioned close to the mountainside, the tower rises an additional 156 meters, or 512 feet, into the sky. Despite the bridge's total length of 813 meters, or about 2,700 feet, the distance from the tower to the opposing mountain's anchorage point is an astonishing 780 meters, or about 2,500 feet. As a result, most of the deck appears to be floating above the valley floor before seamlessly vanishing into the opposite mountain. The deck itself consists of 61 individual segments, collectively weighing 10,000 tons, or roughly the same as the Eiffel Tower. Not only is this the world's longest single-tower suspension bridge, but it also features the steepest tunnel anchorage point ever built, set at an impressive 54-degree incline. Part of the wider Yuchu Expressway, the bridge serves as a crucial link between Yaxi City and Chaxiong-Yi Autonomous Prefecture, reducing travel time across the valley alone from 90 minutes to just 2 minutes when it was completed in 2022. Following the success of the aforementioned Zhangjiajie glass bridge in 2016, these glass-bottomed structures surged in popularity across China. By 2019, their numbers had reportedly exceeded 2,300, a dramatic increase from the few that once existed. Among these, few are as visually striking as the Ruyi Bridge in Zhejiang province. Built in 2020, this cable-stayed footbridge is actually 3 different bridges structurally interconnected, all in a split-level waving pattern. Although the design was based on the traditional Chinese Ruyi scepter and symbolizes good fortune and power, to many, it more closely resembles a DNA double helix. The central hump alone, which rises to a height of 140 meters or 460 feet above the Shen-Xian-Zhu Valley floor, is reminiscent of traditional Chinese stone bridges. As visitors cross the 100-meter-long or 328-foot bridge, they're treated to a stunning panoramic view of the lush mountainous landscape surrounding them. This breathtaking sight was even shared by legendary Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield, who flew his drone around the newly completed bridge and posted the footage on Twitter just 2 months after its opening. By that point, the structure had reportedly already welcomed over 200,000 visitors. Now, as promised, it's time to revisit the Greater Bay Area and explore the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, or HZMB. While the Shenzhen-Zhongshan link was built later, the HZMB remains the world's largest sea crossing, spanning an astounding 55 kilometers or 34 miles. The engineering marvel consists of a series of bridges, tunnels, and artificial islands divided into 3 sections: the Hong Kong Link Road, the main bridge, and the Zhuhai Link Road. Although each section is impressive in its own right, our focus today is on the 30-kilometer or 18-mile main bridge, the most remarkable part of the crossing. The dual 3-lane roadway section is comprised of a 23-kilometer or 14-mile sea viaduct joined to a 7-kilometer or 4-mile undersea tunnel. The viaduct itself has 3 cable-stayed bridges along its length: the Jianghai Channel Bridge, the Zhouzhou Channel Bridge, and the Qingzhou Channel Bridge, the latter of which is the longest at 458 meters or 1,500 feet. In order to minimize disruption to the local ecosystem, all of the bridge components were precast and fabricated off-site before being brought onto location. This includes the bridge decks, for which around 420,000 metric tons of steel was used, or about the equivalent of 60 Eiffel Towers, creating enough steel decking to cover 98 football pitches. When the HZMB was completed in 2018 at a cost of $20 billion, it not only set world records, but also transformed connectivity within the Greater Bay Area. Instead of relying on hour-long ferry rides across the bay, locals could now drive themselves or take one of the many buses operating on the new link at a cheaper cost than the ferries. Also known as the Duge Bridge, the Beipanjiang Bridge in the Guizhou province sits at an astonishing 565 meters, or nearly 1,900 feet, above the Beipanjiang Grand Valley. That's enough space so that one could easily fit the Empire State Building between the valley floor and the bridge deck and still have over 100 meters of open space. Not only does this make the Duge the first crossing to pass the 500-meter height barrier, but it's also the first cable-stayed bridge to hold the world's highest title. For now. Surrounding the bridge is one of China's most extreme terrains, characterized by limestone cliffs, steep valleys, and unpredictable weather conditions. The sheer elevation often leaves the area shrouded in clouds and mist. While this creates a breathtakingly scenic drive, it also made bridge construction incredibly challenging. To overcome these obstacles, engineers implemented a groundbreaking approach during construction. Now, traditionally, bridges of this scale are assembled beam by beam on site. However, for the Duge Bridge's 720-meter or 2,362-foot main span, segments were first assembled on the ground before being hoisted onto a rail system built along the underside of the deck. This system then slid the segments into position, making it the first bridge in the world to use this innovative deck girder erection method. Additionally, due to the region's climate, the bridge is equipped with a cable stay freeze monitoring system, an advanced treatment typically reserved for bridges in extremely cold environments such as those in Montreal, Canada. This marks the first time such a system has been implemented in China. Completed in 2016, the bridge and its innovative construction methods were hailed as China's impossible engineering feat. In 2018, it earns the prestigious Gustav Lindenthal Medal along with several other accolades. For locals, however, it was more than just an engineering marvel. It was a vital infrastructure project that reduced travel time between Lipanshui City and Zhongwei City from 4 hours to just 1. Perhaps unsurprisingly, we're staying in the Guizhou province to find our final entry. And in case it hasn't been made obvious yet just how vital these high bridges are to the region, here are some numbers which put it into perspective. By 2030, Guizhou will be home to over 1,000 bridges with a height of over 100 meters. The nation which houses the second number of bridges this high is Italy, with around 60. So yeah, it's quite a gap there. Even crazier than this, a single river, the Beipan, will have 3 successful record breakers for the world's highest bridge across its path. First in 2003 with the Beipanjiang-Guangxi Highway Bridge, then in 2016 with our last entry, and finally in 2025 with the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge, which is proving to be a bridge unlike any other, as it's the first one to surpass 2,000 feet. Sitting on an impressive 625 meters or 2,051 feet above the valley floor and spanning 1,420 meters or about 4,570 feet, the new bridge's gap is so vast that one World Trade Center could comfortably fit beneath it with room to spare. Beyond its sheer scale, the structure is visually stunning, featuring a towering support on each side of the valley with a bridge deck suspended between them. The deck, composed of 93 truss segments weighing a combined 21,000 tons, required specialized equipment for installation. To accomplish this feet, the world's largest crane system was deployed, assisted by a network of monitors and 30 HD cameras to ensure precise placement. The North Tower will stand at 262 meters or 860 feet, significantly taller than its southern counterpart due to the steeper slope of the terrain. However, the South Tower will offer far more than just structural height. A glass elevator will run the full length of the tower, transporting visitors to a series of attractions beneath the bridge deck. Between the main cable saddles, guests will find both a bar and a cafe, offering breathtaking views of the region. The elevator will also provide access to an 800-meter long or 2,600-foot walkway beneath the road deck, where separate rooms with glass floors will offer a thrilling, transparent view of the valley below. For those seeking an even closer look, the elevator descends all the way to the valley floor, home to an extreme sports center. But for the ultimate adrenaline rush, the real highlight awaits at the top. Perched at approximately 616 meters or 2,000 feet, the world's highest bungee jump challenges the bravest thrill seekers to take the plunge. Overall, the bridge cost a hefty $280 million, but considering the tourism it will generate and the fact that it reduced travel time across the valley from an hour to a minute, we'd say it's probably worth it. Thanks for watching.